All right, okay, hello there.
Leave us alone.
When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
It's called Obi-Wan Kenobi, and really what we were trying to do is a character-driven story. So first and foremost, it's his story, and it starts and ends with him. So really, he's the focus of it. So unfortunately, you don't always have time to get into everybody else's story in such depth. So, with different characters, certainly we touch on them or we do get into it at different levels, but first and foremost, it always comes back to him.
We know who he was when I played him in the original prequel, in the prequels, and we know who he is in the original movie, A New Hope, with Alec Guinness creating him. So it sort of fills a gap between those two entities, like I always felt that there must be a good story to tell between episode 3 and 4, and we spent a lot of time and energy finding that story, and I think we did a great job. I have to say, I think Deborah Chow is a brilliant director, and we're lucky to have her direct all of the episodes. So it really is like her vision. It's one person's vision from start to finish. We don't have different directors coming in and out. And she worked tirelessly with the writers to find this brilliant story. And I think it's just going to make us understand him more, I guess, from where we left him in episode 3 to where we find him with Alec Guinness in episode 4.
Lucasfilm and Disney, they can absolutely do what they want, but what I do know is right now we got a limited 6-part series, and people can get all the Reva they want right there. What was more pertinent to the story is who she is now, working for Vader, being a subordinate of his as a Jedi hunter, and to please him. She's there to please him, and who he wants is Obi-Wan, and that's what she's there to do. Working the offense and always being 10 steps ahead.
We have so many returning legacy characters in this show already, that we didn't want to just pack the house for the sake of packing the house. For us, the decision to bring the Inquisitors in, it made a lot of sense, obviously, for the time period, and considering that we have a story about a Jedi in hiding. There will be some surprises along the way with the show, but really for us, we were really trying to make sure that it came out of story and that we weren't just kind of bringing people in for the sake of it.
Would I like to make another one? Yeah, I would like to make another one. I had such a great time working with Deb, and the actors that we had in this were so great to work with, and the crew were just, I can't tell you, it was so wonderful to work on. I just loved the experience of it. There's something very nice about doing work that people are going to see for a start. I've spent a lot of time in my career making films that very few people ever saw. And there's something nice about going to work when this has already got its audience, But it's nice to make people happy. It's nice to know that by all of our efforts in making this Obi-Wan Kenobi series, the fans are gonna be stoked. I think they're not gonna be disappointed by it.
I know it's gonna mean a lot to a lot of people. It's important that when we turn on the TV, we see the world that we live in reflected back to us and what we're seeing. Representation is so important, and I feel so blessed that I get to be the vehicle that this character comes forth through. I am not worthy.
For all the shows I've ever worked on, this one felt the most special. And I think, in large part, it's because every single person who worked on it, like all the crew, all the cast, everybody cares about these characters, and everybody cared about this show in a way that was personal for them. Like they either grew up with it or they loved these characters. So it felt like we were making something that everybody was so genuinely invested in, and I've never felt that way in production, where people have cared right from the top of the call sheet to the bottom. So it felt really special making it.